came in, the air went out, and every shadow filled up with doubt.
What's up, internets? This is Big Fat Video Game Nerd, and I'm doing a recap for episode 4 of season 5 of True Blood. A lot of really cool stuff happens this episode. Kind of starts off with Pam forcing Tara to feast on a succulent young lady. And you see Eric and Bill returning to Fantasia to find Tara as a vampire, and kind of just one of those WTF moments for everyone involved. Eric goes out, accuses Pam of betraying him, and it causes Pam to like freak out and go like really cry and just be like, "Oh my God, if you freaking think that I betrayed you, then why don't you just release me if you feel that way?" And they're all kind of like terrified that they're definitely not going to make it through this season alive. You know, if they find Russell Edgington, he's going to be one pissed off son of a bitch, and he's going to fucking kill them. Or if they even do succeed and are able to bring him to justice, then the authorities probably just going to wipe him off the face of the map anyway, because, you know, really, why keep them alive? And, you know, Sookie, she gets hooked up with Alcide. She's like freaking trashed out of her freaking gorge, and she almost dies, which is really cool. Lafayette almost kills her unknowingly to himself. He like causes her car to like freaking go crazy or some kind of weird voodoo black magic. Terry has a crazy ass flashback to this time where he's in Iraq and they're like doing some kind of like LSD or ecstasy crap, and then they end up like getting into a firefight and killing a whole bunch of civilians. So yeah, he's like kind of freaked out about that, and meanwhile they're searching for this buddy of theirs, and they end up finding this old like secret passageway near this old abandoned building, and they go downstairs and he's there with a gun, and that's all you really get to see about that for that moment. Meanwhile, the authorities still interrogating Nora about the group that I can't pronounce, like, and their you know, involvement, and whether or not there's another traitor in their midst, which the leader, Roman, of the authority really feels that there is, and they're finally able to get a confession out of her. And I thought the coolest part of the entire episode was just watching him ice that kid.
I can explain. I was infiltrating them, gaining their trust.
Alert your constituents, there will be no more rebellions. No further opposition to our just cause.
Like, he just freaking popped like some bubble wrap and just blood all over the place, and just everyone in the room was like paranoid about like what was going to happen or what he found out, which kind of like leads me to believe that every single member of that council has some really deep, dark, hidden shit that they don't want anybody to really know about. So it'll be interesting to see kind of like what comes to light as the seasons go on, and we find out more and more about these new members of the cast. The only other thing that was really, really weird about this episode is the judge of the town invited Andy and Jason to go to a party, and they end up going off to Fairyland. They didn't know this, but they went off to Fairyland to like some kind of burlesque club, and you find out that Jason's parents were not killed in the way that he was suspect to them have died, that they were murdered, and then they get 86'd from this fairy club. So that was a kind of weird little thing. And who am I forgetting? Sam Merlot. Yeah, he gets invited to go back with the shifters and run, and he ends up finding them dead. Like, luckily he was late to their meeting because it was obvious that they had just been killed like moments ago, and the perpetrator had fled the scene. So if he had arrived to this little dinner date, transforming and running through the forest butt naked on time, he would have probably been killed. So, you know, lots of really cool things about that. You also learned one interesting fact about that cool freaking weapon that Roman loves to just stab people with all the time. The tip of it was made out of the silver that they gave to Judas for turning in Jesus. So that was a cool little factoid that they gave away. And I think that's about it. I mean, that's all about really happened in this episode. I thought it was pretty good. Give it like an 8 out of 10. Very, very interested to see where they continue to go with the season. They're definitely building up to something. I'm liking it more than last season already. I didn't really like the whole witch thing, and the party monster thing was kind of weird. So I'm glad that the focus is back on the wolves and the vampires. Not so much the fairies, but the vampires and wolf part of it is pretty cool. So thanks for tuning in. Tell me what you thought of True Blood if you've been watching it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you like the new characters? I hated that kid. I'm really glad they iced him. And I hate that woman, too, that's on the Vampire Council. Not the one that everyone's having sex with. She's cool. But the older lady. In fact, I kind of hate all of the members of the council. They're all kind of like, I don't know. They're just weird. Roman's cool. I like him. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.